The Poker Elite are preparing for the all-new PartyPoker.com World Open 4.
I always call No Limit Texas Hold'em the beautiful game.
Winning is everything.
You make one mistake and you're walking through the exit door.
If you're looking to get better, you've got to come and play with the best.
Many days you're going to go home with less money than you started the day with.
I like to think when I sit at the table, people are opening Shepherd's Pie in the back of the trousers.
Some of the biggest names are all after a piece of the $500,000 prize pool, and they all want to be crowned champion.
That's winning. Yeah?
Finally get some respect. That's how it should be.
Wow, wow, wow.
Before we get into the main event, there's a big game on our undercard tonight, as the celebs get a chance to step into the spotlight. A seat in the tournament is up for grabs, and only one will go through for a chance to win thousands of dollars. Also, nobody knows how the pros' minds tick like Neil Badbeat Channing. He'll be given his insights on the moves that grew. This is the PartyPoker.com World Open 4. Tonight, the table features the British club DJ Brandon Block.
I would describe myself as predictable, but slightly unpredictable.
He spins the tunes around the globe, but has never got very far on the poker table.
Do I sound like I know what I'm talking about?
Min Patel is the English cricketer known as the Diamond. But on the poker table, will he be pulled out?
Having played sport all my life, really, there's the same competitive edge. You want to win, you want to get better, you want to be the best you can be.
TV personality, journalist, and poker player Kara Scott takes a seat.
As a player, I tend to be quite aggressive.
She recently won the Sports Stars Challenge Poker. She is after another title tonight.
To be able to win two would be just fantastic.
You might recognize this man from the street.
I would describe myself as shrewd and adventurous.
Tonight, actor Michael Lavelle is trying his luck once more at the poker table.
I like taking a gamble at cards now and again as well, you know, when the feeling takes me.
English snooker professional Jimmy White. He is the whirlwind. This keen poker player reached the World Open semifinal last year. He's back to get one step further.
I'd describe myself as pretty aggressive, pretty open, and try to bully people if you can.
Dutch singer Maud Mulder won fame on Pop Idol in the Netherlands. She knows a thing or two about poker as well. She won the Dutch Open in 2007 and wants to prove she is no one-hit wonder.
It would be nice if I could win again.
I'm joined this evening by poker commentator and journalist Matt Broughton. Good evening, Matt.
Hi, Jesse. Good to be here.
Chips on the table, 100,000 per player. The yellows worth 1,000. The blues are 2. The reds 5,000 each. There's 600,000 in play, and you have to get them all to move on. Every one of these 6 celebrities has played before, and a couple titles between them. I mean, Kara Scott, obviously the Sports Star Challenge champion, Jimmy White, Poker Million champion, and Maud Mulder, the Dutch Open champion.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's enough generations of these celebrity players now where you think, well, you could put a pretty big league together with just these guys, and they all know what they're doing. They're not asking what to bet and where am I and what do I do now. These guys are just hungry for another pair of cards in front of them.
Patel with the raise to 6,000 on the button.
Well, I've got 4 to call.
Yeah, cool.
Brandon's happy to take a look.
Brandon's had some rough luck on these celebrity events. I think this may be...
this might be the turning point.
Yeah, that would be nice. How should he play it? Check or bet?
6,000.
Well, it's counterintuitive. The immediate thought is you check it, but because everyone knows you're meant to check, well, now you bet, and they think, well, are you disguising your hand or have you hit? It's one of those things, the more people know about poker, then the harder it is to know what to do, because everyone's triple bluffing and backwards bluffing.
That's a perfect card for Brandon, because now Min's got something, and I like the way Brandon's playing this to get paid.
Yeah, absolutely, because the fact that Min called says, well, I don't believe you got the king, so if he still doesn't believe you got the king and now he's got top pair and an ace kicker, it's very hard for him to get away from this, because now he's got to undecide the decision he made post-flop. I don't think you got the king and I'm going to call you down. Well, what do you think now? Do you still think I don't have the king? It's a good bet. It's a good solid bet, and it puts him to a real task here early. You don't want to make mistakes early because you know that then you're the underdog as the blinds start creeping up.
Go and let you have it, Brandon.
That's a nice fold by Patel. I'm guessing that the decision he was making was he going to call the next bet?
Yeah.
And he didn't want to.
Well, that's fine. He calls the flop to find out if his opponent's just having a pop at it, and then Brandon has either got the guts to make the continuation or he's really got the cards. But as you say, well, there's still more rounds of betting to come. Do I really want to keep fighting this? It's going to be 10 grand, then it's going to be 20 grand. It's just going to keep going up.
Pass.
Fold it around to min spin on the button.
Raise to 5,000 total.
Cool.
Very quick call there from Carol. Wow, okay, ace, queen, and ace, jack. Oh, the deck hates her, doesn't it? Oh,
I mean, you know, the fact that she just called there, obviously it is the best hand. We can see that, but ace jack's a tough hand to play sometimes, isn't it?
And she's under the gun. I mean, at least now if she finds herself in a situation where she's going to have to just get out this hand, at least she's not been crazy enough to build it anymore. Because if she makes the raise,
I think Min might win this with a bet. No.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, again, for Michael, what kind of a flop would he need to see to feel really great about his weak ace? Stephen Kerr is the kind of player that is going to sense an opportunity, and at this point, the cards don't matter.
She will not check twice.
No. And this is great for her. She's going to love that people are going to keep coming in with things like 10, Jack, 8, 9, and weak aces, because even if they connect, in your head, you're thinking, well, she called a raise for a reason, and now you start convincing yourself of great reasons to fold against her.
I think when I'm playing on TV tables, I am far too easy to read. I've watched myself back, and it's ridiculous. When I play live, generally, I think I'm pretty hard to read, but on TV, for some reason, my face is just a mass of tells.
So still a full field of 6, and if you look at the first sort of 2 rounds of the table as everybody getting to know each other, what do you think? What sort of trends have we noticed so far?
Well, I think a dangerous amount of limping from Michael. I think Michael needs to make some decisions about the kind of cards he wants to play and the sort of situations he wants to get himself into.
This is not a table you can just limp for free, is it?
No, I mean, I don't want to keep kind of putting the spotlight on Kara, but if she's in the hand, she's going to make you pay. It's never going to be cheap. You're not going to get free cards. You're not going to get easy draws. And again, back to that straight draw that Michael was challenged. I think he's got to appreciate that he's not going to flop the nuts, and if he wants to play drawing hands, he is going to put chips in there. So he needs to decide what he wants to play in this position.
This is the 3rd or 4th time Min has raised before the flop, and this is the first time he's connected with top pair, but Lavelle's got the flush draw.
5,000.
Yeah, and I'm glad that he's bet it. I mean, you know, I'm just making the comment that he's going to have to decide how he wants to do this, but Patel looks very, very comfortable here. But Michael knows what he's doing.
Diamond does not come, and it's a great card for Min. Had Lavelle had an ace, 2 pair is now stronger than most of them.
Yeah, and now Lavelle
10,000.
is put out half the pot nearly, and I think Patel's got to push back here. Because you're trying to guess what is your opponent betting out with, and people do, they do bet draws aggressively these days.
It would be a very tough raise if the 6 hadn't come, and now the 6 came. It's kind of easy, but do you think he's trying to let Lavelle hang himself here? Is the raise coming on the river?
Well, I guess so. I mean, you can live dangerously. That's a danger card. I mean, I don't think you would put Michael on the straight draw because the 6 and 7 have only just occurred. But luckily, Patel has avoided.
10,000.
I mean, from Lavelle's point of view, obviously there's nothing he can beat. But what could Patel have been calling with all the way that he'd be willing to lay down on the river? You wonder.
You can only hope for Michael's sake that maybe this bet looks weak, but maybe Patel goes, well, I don't know, maybe you're trying to lure me in with a value bet.
7s.
No.
Min played that very slow, but perhaps he got maximum. It's a nice pot for him.
I think all the people on this table can play, so I think everyone's going to have their own chances to win it. So hopefully they'll come out best, get the cards.